biome. We're gonna start our beauty morning routine. We're gonna put on our band here so we can put our face creams. As we do our enlightenment, which is what we do, we do both our morning routine and enlightenment talk. We're gonna use our Target Premium Ovals and up and up. We and the people that have been watching or reading us, they already know that we have lost two here lately, two teeth to the lasers. Moving our teeth and breaking, because they can do that with farming them, that you can have enough lasers to break your teeth on you, doing movement, putting weight. And we did already a surgery, removed the broken and did an implant in there, but you have to wait at least 3 months, make sure that it's holding in there before you put the crown. And so we did, since we know we do our videos, we invested in getting the Essex, like a retainer thing, which is like, and you could put it there. You can't eat with it, but you can, when you're out or doing something like the videos, you're advertising or doing your professional talk, you can use it. But we ended up, it cost us like around $400, which was a big investment for us. But we ended up not being able to use it in our videos. Because when we used it here one time, they put the laser on us where we had too much of a lisp in talking, and so even the accents that you sometimes you shouldn't have, because you have been living somewhere for a long time, they can keep your accent in there or make it heavier or less heavy, with lasers. And one of it is like doing even the lisp here, and we're talking, so we can't afford, since our biome, the new religion for the world, our business is to talk and teach people about biome, and we can't afford to put that. We can't afford to put that for the look. The talk is more important than our look. So that's why our videos don't have us wearing it anymore. It hinders our job because of the lasers that they put on it. It was a good solution until the circle decided that it is that they're gonna ruin our speech and talk with it. And that is the American government doing that. The circle is led by the American government. We have an American government that is occupied by the mafia, has been for generations, hidden under the pretense of democracy. There is no democracy, and there is a huge danger from the mafia is not the ones leading, are not the ones you see there. They're not your president. They're not the Congress, and they're not, they are and they are not. They are behind that. They are generations of them. They're very strong, and but you have the president and the Congress and the Supreme Court and the justices, and all of those are invalid government in the U.S. They are not they didn't come to rescue us from the mafia on us, so they're invalid. They are, many are bribes, many don't know enough, many are weak, but there is a lot of mafia in them. And if the US cannot save its own citizens from when they scream and call for help, then the government is invalid. Almost 6 years of screaming for help, that they knew it, where you had even Trump before he took the president seat was in the circle along with his daughter and his sons. They watched us, they talked to us, and then they pretend that now that they are there, that they don't know what's happening. But they know what's happening. They talked to us in the circle before, in our miracle communication, and talked to him, to his daughter, to his son. And then they got many messages here as they're occupying the president's seat of that we needed help, and they are pretending that they don't get the messages, that they're just gonna pretend if we're get known that they didn't know, but they do know. They do know what's happening, and they are using just the president's seat just to steal money from their citizens and greed, and to cause a lot of hate and a lot of problems in the world and in the US. And they have failed in every way. They have failed the economy, they have failed their duty as for justice, they have failed their citizens, they have failed love, they have failed everything. We used our Bioderma with our ovals here to clean our face, which we can use on eyes and face, and it's refreshing and it's good for sensitive skin, so it's an excellent product to use. It's I think it's from France. And then we're going to use our L'Occitane, which we love, Immortel Divine or Immortel Divine. It's a cream that is face cream that is really good and rich and good for people in their 40s, 50s or more. It has enough, it's rich enough for what you need. We are the prophet of Biome. We are the religion being. We are here for all our religions that we brought before. We are Jesus the Savior, and we are Muhammad, we are Buddha, we are Musa, we are all the who brought you all your religions before. It's one being, and it is us that did that, and this is the last religion we are bringing into earth here, is Biome. We go with Biome. So you either go or you go up to our heavens, which it's a long life, it's a life forever. It's many heavens. It's a life of work and leisure. It's not just how we grew up thinking of heaven, that you just leisure. You do get that. You have the leisure and you have the work, and you have many other and there are many other ways that you live in heaven, and the ones that go to hell, that's in the core of the earth. That's how, and also some get the forever hell, and definitely the ones that part of them is the a human body, but there is the big devil in there, and there are other human bodies and other devils here in the American government, in the mafia, and some in the world that will have the hell forever. Because they never stopped. They had the chance. We are very soft. We can, if somebody loves us and make huge efforts, we make effort for them to even have less afterlife, to have less time or less intensity, less of a punishment, with them earning it. It's not for free. You earn it in here, this life or other lives. So the ones that make the effort and love us enough, we make the effort for them to earn more. And then the ones that held on to the power that they love so much and the greed, they will get the forever punishment. And that means even when you see, even when the earth, even when it gets destroyed, they are still in there forever punished. Biome is a heaven language, and it stands for love and universe love. It's love as a general. There are many ways we see love. There is romantic love, there is other love, there is compassion, there's empathy. All of that is love. And the universe love, which is balance in the universe. We set up the universe where we put in it different beings and different things that go in there, and it balances out. And so that's part of how we go. We are balancing. You have to earn your way into it. We can't give anybody, it doesn't matter how much we love them, we can't give them heaven because we want to, because we do the right thing, and the right thing is to balance our universe. So even even if you are our kid or our somebody that we love, you have to earn your own way into heaven with us. That was the eye cream, and we're gonna do the face cream, and that's also L'Occitane in the same family, the Immortelle Divine or Crème Jeunesse, Immortelle Divine or Crème Jeunesse. Some of the words are in French and English, and they look the same, but different pronunciation. When you're doing the cream for your face, you can take time and go in, do some deep breathing, or just take time where your brain is just in the present. It's just, and in the present we mean not thinking. So it's just there. And you can focus on breathing or focus on the movement. Anything that you focus on, something that is physical. So you're calm in there, and take the time to just for that relax for a moment. You can do stretches or not, depending on what you feel. So sometimes you can focus on the way you draw, a native feel with the creams, and sometimes you just focus on the movement or breathing, different feel, different focus, different times. It's a stretch that you don't take time to do, in your day many times, and so you get to do it in your creams. You stretch to your comfort and to your safe, so you don't fall. And you can build to that bend slow, with time, just like you build in all exercises, and stretch slowly in a safe way. Mm. I'm gonna go ahead and spread that, and if we need more, then we'll use more. Since we're focusing more on the field and on how much cream we need. We have a problem here in the US, as we already had a problem, and that's why we miracled, because they were killing us with lasers. And we miracled to be able to scream for help and to get help. And this is now almost 6 years as we have been the prophet of biome, as we have miracled. And the US held us with the lasers and with their circling and with other with the NSA International. They have their military families worldwide. So if you have them holding you from anywhere, you have nowhere to run, because even when you get military families in other countries or in other states, their bosses are still here in the US, and they still at the end have to listen to their bosses, or they kill them or change them or whatever, punish them. So it's a situation of nowhere to run, nowhere to get help once you're aimed at, and in isolation. And that is why we miracled, because even that they isolated us beforehand. Before they killed us, they isolated us with pushing away friends and pushing away the jobs where you have your coworkers, and pushing, just kind of a complete, where you're living looking social, but you're not. They did the same thing even inside the family, even with the kids. With the lasers, they can lock a person into not believing you, or into arguing with you, or they can do whatever. They can lock them because they just cloud the brain, different sections of the brain where the person only can see a very narrow part of them, not really them, but making them like a more animal, like, or even less than that, where they are only doing only one area of the brain, that one that they want to work. It's the only one that is working at that time, and so they can make a person very puppeted to do what they want, and they can lock that person there for many years or all their life if they want. And part of that puppeting, there's all the things we have talked about and written in the past, and there are other things that we haven't talked about, and there are many things that we know that we haven't got the opportunity to talk about. Just the time and the torture on us. It takes a lot out of us in every day and night. We are not able to be as efficient as if we didn't have that on us. The pains and the tortures on us of every day ongoing. And there are some that are very high suffering. There are some that, come and go, but there are some high suffering ones. But if you have gone through pains enough, and the ones that have suffered the pains to an extreme, they know, they would be able to relate to that. Any pain anywhere can become where you don't want to live. Any pain, you just have to have it higher enough and long enough, so it's the height and the length of it, and it's too much for a person to take. And we have had enough where we, even with the pains, we still have to eat to be able to live. We still have to drink. We still have to do as, even when we are in an extreme suffering. Because the ones, again, that have gone through that, they know that part, that even somebody could say, oh, if you have enough, that you can't. No, if you have it long enough and you cannot get rid of it, you are going to function in some way where you're able to live. But I guess one of the things that we haven't talked about here in the occupation of the brain and of the body, even the sexual orientation, that is not, most people are not in their natural in that. Or sexual orientation with that, we include, because they tie them together, when you think you're a conservative, or you only you hate so much the people that do different, or we're not talking about crimes, we're talking about adult, not anything where it's not an adult, or anything where it's, we're talking about balanced sexual behavior, and not about rapes or not adult. So even the people that thinks that they are conservative, or they are very attacking, and we have seen that a lot in the social media. It's upsetting to see so much of it, of attacking others, and claiming religions, claiming our religions, that they have, the right. First of all, our religions are, they got edited by people for their own purposes. So it's not organic. So that is why we came. That is why we come. We came different times before, because people go and change our books and our sayings to something that they want. And in that, part of it is how the women are getting treated by all the religions in a very, very, very to the point of criminal on them. It's the women are equal to men because it's the same beings that we have. We just decide on different lives if you are going to be in a female body or in a male body. So they are not less than the men in any way, but they got treated very, very, very bad. And the mothers here lately really got targeted even more than the girls, to vilify mothers, to not see them as superior in childcare, because they are. That's how we made the body, that they are superior in childcare. They're superior as a parent. They have the ability to be more, but in that we. They got targeted in shows, in series that we see, in movies that we see. It's very upsetting to see because it changes the way people see mothers or see the girls, and that is not the way it is. Men are not a better parent than the dad is not a better parent than the mother. We loved the show, the series that we just watched, The Gilded Age, but we're very upset about the way the mothers were portrayed. And they portrayed them, the writers portrayed them in the Black community, in the rich community, in the middle community. In all communities, they targeted the mothers to be as they're more superficial. They care just about, themselves. They're selfish. And then you have the dads that are the good dads. Well, the dad could be a good dad, and the dads are good dads that you see and you love and you like. They are actually excellent mothers also in other lives. So it's the being, and it's not that, but the mothers are not that way, and that's a lot of harm that this series, and it's not just the Gilded Age, it's a lot of things and a lot of stories, and even the Disney stories. Many times the mothers are killed out of the show, just completely, and you only have the good father, and that's not. We are somebody that loves the father relationship with us, and we love that, but but it doesn't mean that we are gonna, to not bring attention to the wrong on mothers by the USA. Leading that, the USA has led the attack on mothers, because mothers will put more love into their kids and into the family. They have more focus on that. Working in an office or not, you have that more of that ability of paying attention, the little extra that the mother pays attention to in the kids, that the father does not. Just natural. It doesn't matter if you have time or if you don't have time. We have that natural ability. But the US did target the mothers in here a lot, but even worldwide, they have it going where they're targeted the mothers, and that includes in laws, includes in inheritance, includes in, and then on top of that, the lasers on them. Because with the lasers on them, you can make them more hateful. You can make them more attacking, as we said, different areas, and you can make them that way even in a longer term, where you see somebody and you think that's who they are, but they have been occupied in their brain from being more than what their life has been. And so they could act hateful, they could act greedy, but even with with this show, with what they have done with the laser, the shows are still wrong on what they have done with portraying the mothers in a very bad way, that they are not loving mothers. The mothers that all works into the wrongs that have been done here in the US and in other countries. The mothers are not equal to fathers on child care, on having, they are in a superior way because they have the ability, because their bodies are made that way to be more, more attention, more love, more giving, more caring, and to many times, and most of the times, to put their daughters and their sons ahead of themselves when they have to make that choice. You know. But going back to we were talking about the sexual orientation and the conservative movement that we see, and what they consider conservative. I mean, we never liked the way that we saw how the religions dealt with here in this life. And we're talking about there is changes in them. So there is no religion that is not changed, that includes the Muslim religion. They all have got changed. Here they clouded our brain. That upset them. Yeah. So the conservative movement, or whatever it is you want to call it, we consider ourselves well, not conservative, because that word to us is just means has such a negative meaning that would see in the people that call themselves conservative. We are religious, and not in the way of what the religions have shown. We are against greed. We are for love. We are for equal men and women. We are for no betrayals in love and in other. We are for all. That is the religion. What you have been calling yourself conservative or religion has been wrong for many and worldwide. To be heaven, you have to be more love, and more love means equal, means bringing people in, means the love rules. It's on top. So when you're making a decision, you think in the love way. Even when you're thinking the LGBTQIA, all of that, you think in the love way. What is loving to do? Even when you're judging, what is the loving thing to do? Am I being human enough? How would I be? And you have to relate many times to help you out. So before we even awakened, that's how we dealt with everything. And even when it hurts us, because we relate to others many times, but they don't relate to us. But we still makes us not do the wrong thing. So what would I feel in that place, in that person's, if I was in their place, if that's the only way? So I can't say no. I'm not. I could never be a gay person, or I could never be whatever it is, because you could be. So what if I am in that position and that's the only thing I feel? How you have to put yourself in there, and that you could be in that position, and then make your love decision with that. But so there is the ones where you have the choice, and but there is also on many of you and on most of you, the lasers on your brain that are making you be in certain groups and attacking and more hating in that way. And even your sexual orientation, you don't know if it's really you. It may not be you, because you have the laser on you that they have used to lock the person into a certain way. So everybody has a scenario on them that is under the lasers, that is not in the main mafia. And so that scenario on you could be that you are straight, or that you are gay. It doesn't matter, one or the other. and it or different. The gay is not the only way. There are, you know, bi or different other, you know, it's a spectrum of different things that come in there. But meaning you have the scenario on you and you have your brain clogged for certain areas in that way where you just only can see that. And then you could have that and you could be more accepting of others, or you could have that scenario on you plus the scenario of hating others or of wanting to change not just your life but others in an attacking way, like the people that go and attack abortion clinics, the illegal in that, the way that the US has let that be, has let even people gather in those around those establishments. It's just a huge crime from the US government that has been going on for many years, along with them claiming democracy and claiming that they are ahead of the world. They are so behind. It's the USA is so behind in love and in doing the right thing for its citizens. So and that is why, as they are leading the world, they're leading the world into more hate and into more, because it's already in here. Just people are not able to see it, but it is in here. It is in here. When you have the first time somebody going into near an abortion clinic and standing in there and harassing, just talking, harassing anyone, that is somebody you're going to remove. And you make an example of them where that doesn't happen again. But that didn't happen. That includes the attacks on LGBTQIA. It's all of that. It just takes one time, and you make sure that that never happens again, and nobody will have the courage to go and attack another citizen or somebody in their country. It doesn't even have to be a citizen. The humane thing, being the law. You are not acting as a valid government for so many. You are not acting as a valid government. And you haven't acted as a valid government for a long time now. For many years and generations, you haven't acted as that. And yet you claim that you are, and you're locked in your Congress of just stupid with stupid talking in there, just hate on people. And you're supporting hate. A government is love to its citizens. And that is how you rule. That's how it needs to be ruled. You have to have the rulers on top be in love. And that's how they make their decisions. And the taxes are supposed to come back to you in love. You give love to your government, take care of you, and then that comes back to you in your benefits. It's not, you're not a government just because you decided that you are and you can do whatever. And you can cheat in your in the stock market and have the insider information, but you punish others for it as you are doing it yourself, and you're immune from that, which a lot of you in Congress, presidents, and a lot of that are doing that. You can't have that. You're not immune to the law. And that is supposed to be in the Constitution. You're not immune. Nobody in the USA is immune to the law. But you have been acting that way, and you got away with it that way for you in your life, in your kids, and in all your citizens' life and around the world. But with the going back to the sexual orientation and to the conservative and to the attacks on different than you, to your righteousness, on you being the good one. The good one is the one that loves, not the one that hurts. And when you attack, you're hurting another. So you could be living all your life thinking you are one way, and then if that laser is removed from your brain, then you get to know who you really are. Just because of the lock on you and the scenario on you, who you are supposed to be. It's like when we wrote our article, the lock on us in that we are supposed to be a sedentary person. It doesn't, we had so many years in so many countries, and it didn't matter how active we are, and we are very active. We are, very, very fit person. We love the activity, we love the hiking, we love the swimming, we love the, the basketball, all of these things, the running. It doesn't matter how we are, as how we are. The scenario on us was to be sedentary, and so on us it was to not build muscle, to be gaining weight, and that is by lasers, by locking your glands from working, to be gaining weight, to be the plan for us to be have diabetes, to have cholesterol. And again, even those, they are, most people are, it's laser stuff you don't really have. If you are active, you are eating healthy, they give you the symptoms by lasers, you don't really have it. Even the thyroid diseases, again, you don't really have, they're giving you that by lasers. To justify weight gain on you, or to justify the tiredness that they give you also by lasers. We're living in a very unnatural world on your body and everything else. You don't really know who you are. Even the people that feel like they're very, very conservative and attacks others, they could, if you remove the laser from their brain, they could find out that they are actually not who they thought they were, even in their sexual orientation. But for the people that are familiar with our religions, and they will know, they know a little more about the devil, maybe even more in the Muslim religion. But even the others, probably we haven't read a lot of the religions, but we have, we all our life we stayed as away from religion as we could. We just wanted to do our passions. So it was architecture, did the business, the reading, the writing. We focused on that. So we didn't go and read about religions more. But for the ones that know, and even the ones like us that know them, but if you know what the devil does, and we are talking the devil in a person's body, not some other thing of like the devil, that's in hell, you see that, but not in the other. We're talking about the devil as acting as a person, and the devils as people. If you know what the devil, what is the devil's objective? And the devil's objective is she knows, the different devils, but it's right now the big one is a male here in the US, but there are the others that are doing their deed. They know they are going to hell, and they know they are going to hell forever, but they want all of you to go to hell. So their objective is for you to not have your possible heaven, not have an easier life, not have love, have hate. So that's their objective, and the objective that from the religious it is what's going on now. That's why we have all of that for you, so that you know what is going on, from history. So that is a valid thing, and so here it's not just in the way that we saw, even us growing up, that we saw what we learned about the devil. It's different because now the devil has lasers on your brains, and so now it's not even about most people making the decision, I'm not gonna do this, I'm gonna be good, I'm gonna be, when you have it on your brain, you may think that you are doing good, or you may think, but you are, you may think you are the good one, but you are doing hate acts or hate talk or hate, a lot of activities on people, and so that's more hell than heaven, even not because you think you are religious that you are actually qualifying for heaven. So and that's on the word by by the devil here in the USA government, and as they are NSA International over the whole world. That includes North Korea, includes Cuba, includes all the countries have the US in them, stealing, greed, and a lot of harm, killing, and in their brain, making people act a certain way and having diseases on the world in a certain way. And that is why they are, and that's over 3 generations. That's why they have like cancers, like even the kids' cancers, they have that on, by lasers. They have that over the whole world because they couldn't have, cancers just in the US or just in China, or just, no, they had to have them everywhere. So nobody questions the disease, or hypothyroid or diabetes or whatever. So you have it everywhere, so you don't question if it's the disease is natural or it is not. But most diseases, most sufferings that we have been suffering are unnatural, are created by the mafia in the USA, and given to worldwide to everybody. And if their workers in those governments don't do what they want, they kill them and they change them to with others that are more cruel and can do more. So and many most of the military families worldwide, I guess, had enough generations in here that they grew more compassion and more empathy, and they try to do better for people, but they still are always, but they still have to take the order from the US when the order is given without a choice. And so, and if they don't, and they have seen others suffer it, they get killed. And among other punishments that they do for them. And some of them, because they fight for their citizens more, and they try to find a way more, to be less harm on them, they get punished with not making as much money. So they'll be the poorer military family, which translates to less power and translates to you being able to be taken over. So, there are different things that they do. And among the punishments also that they do on them, like here they gave us the to not have us practice our biome fit, which we were doing all this last 4 years. Now when we started doing the social media, we were ready to add it. They hurt us in our knee, they hurt our feet, they hurt our different parts, so we can't move and limit our movement. And they to block us from being able to do it. And then they fattened us with shutting off their glands. Our glands don't process 100%, zero processing. So anything we eat is just goes to weight gain, including expanding with the vibration lasers. So even as a volume expansion. So, well, they did that first when we said we were still gonna add it. It doesn't matter how we look, but then they got us in our knee and our leg and our feet. So we can't add it. We can't show it out. Even that we were willing to look, do it as we look bigger and not fit. We got stopped from it because they consider themselves, there is no limit to their power there, and so some even they punished some here that fought for us when when they shut off our glands at you know, where we had 100%, someone fought for us, and so they put the weight on her then, even that she was in the circle. And so like that's your punishment. So others will see that and wouldn't help. And so it's kind of similar to some punishments that they do. So if you fight for someone when they disagree, they'll give you what you were trying for that person not to have or to have less of. So and that's why our article said it's a complex thing. We, you know, in the military families worldwide and in the U.S., in different states, you know, it's not everybody is good or everybody is bad, but there are a lot of love in many of them. It is the reason that you got to hear us screaming here. The reason that we got to have somebody fighting for us is because they were the ones that heard us in our miracle first, because they could connect and could see. And so it's because of the military families that we got to be heard worldwide. So and some really are immense love to us and qualify for heaven, and some, you know, there were some betrayals also, and so it's a mix, it's a complex thing. But we are here almost 6 years later with their help on you hearing us, so that you can help. They can't rescue us themselves. It has to be the governments and it has to be the other people or the regular people. But they gave us the chance of being heard worldwide. That includes even when you get access to our website and you get to know us, it's because they're letting it happen, because they can go and block that. They have that much power in the internet and in all of that to either block or to let it be, even on to let it be on natural, or you know, to let people, to other people. It's not much control that they could have. The U.S. has called us an asset to the in international, so that they keep holding us, even when there are negotiations between from other countries. But it's not an asset. You don't keep killing an asset. You don't keep torturing an asset. They consider us a threat because we have miracled. So we are a threat to their mafia, Latin, or a threat to, you know, if you want more people go to hell, yeah, that's a threat to that, because we want you to go to heaven. We want a better life for you. We want to remove the lasers from your brains, from your body, from your kids, from your loves. We want. It's a new world that we are planning to have, where you go back to natural. It's going to be a huge relief from everyone, a huge change of life, because they have this on people for so long that you don't know different. But we are, you know, in our life, we are a perfect record in everything in our life. We, you know, have excellent credit. We have no crimes on us, even that they tried to give us a criminal record by a lie. We don't have any. We have an excellent record in our life, and so their hold of us in international is not justified in any way. Um, we have been an excellent citizen, and they have been an illegal government. But they know that this cannot last. It cannot last. You cannot last. You cannot last in charge of the world. You can't. It's not. Other countries have the right to their sovereign countries. They have the right to not have you in there, hidden in their countries, and in harm and in stealing from their countries, stealing creation, stealing fortunes, killing people and putting your own people in there, pretending to be them, to take their fortunes. The wrongs on the babies, many that got chosen like us, they kill and leave one baby for later to and they let them live and then later go claim. So it's the mafia takes the fortune, and then a new mafia member comes and go claims that fortune that got taken before. And so that could be in a second generation of taking that fortune, or third, and they go claim it. So one taken from the other, using that kid's life, that all of a sudden we found it. And they do that hidden. It's not even, so you don't see it in the news. You don't see it because they are in the government, everywhere hidden. So it just goes, oh, there is a claim here, and then it's hidden how it gets done. So you don't see it, you don't know it. And if anybody is gonna know that person that got all the people that know the person that they're gonna replace, they get killed, and with a plan, different way. So there is no not a problem for them. They don't hear it happening. They have been very good on secrecy, and they, here in the circle, you see them doing the NDAs, but within them, it's not just the NDAs. They just kill or punish and torture and kill their own if there is any. So they kept it hidden by cruel. That there is no way out, even when you are in there in the circle workers, there is no way out for you if you because it goes in families, and there is some new ones that join for greed or however they fall into joining, but there is the generations of the ones that already that are born into it, and that's where they have to be, because they have that knowledge. They have to work in that, and they are bound to not speak it, so they can't say it to anyone other. It's just within themselves. So it's it stays hidden in there, even when you wanna do different, even when you don't like it. And that's why you have many that are immense love, but they're stuck in there and working for the military circles, working for the NSA International, for the mafia here in the American government, because they don't have a way out. Hence why we are here, and why we are, Jesus the Savior that came, because they got so powerful that and so much killing, cruel, that there is no way for that. Even it has been going for generations for that to be out. So anybody that even considers, they hear everyone considers saying anything, they get killed before that, or if they say, so they just clean it up. They clean that information out of circulation. So you never know what is going on. Here we're using our Avida scalp brush just to massage our scalp. And we have, as we advertise, we have our new brush coming to Avida. And we don't use it every day. And some people wondered why. It's because we have so much, we have immense, the most lasers are on us. on our body, and our hair included. You know, you see there's lasers there on it. But so when we brush our hair, each time we brush our hair, they put extra lasers on even our brushes, and so they take more of our hair out. So we resolve to not brushing it every day for now until our natural. So we brush it just sometimes just to minimize how much hair they take out from ours. But this allows us to still have our scalp, you know, feeling, getting revived. It's a good thing to do here, even before you brush or after you just get a good little massage for it. And now, somebody was saying here, because we hear others here talking as we're been talking to you, they're talking, it's 100% of the time where they torture us with that. Here in the middle of our prophet here of Biome, where we are hearing, we miracle to hear, you know, out there and to speak. And so they put on us where we are hearing 100% of the time, including nighttime, we're hearing them talking, you know. So, and we hear the hate and we hear the love side that came in to help us. They took that, clouded us. We lost where we were going. Could be lost completely. It feels more. Oh yeah. So here Trump was when we say we talked to him here in the circle, so he could claim that because of the NDA that he signed, that he's not able to do anything. If that is the case, then you can't be a president, because as a president you are to do the right thing for your citizens, and if you are not doing the right thing, then you shouldn't be there. So claiming an NDA, that you signed an NDA and you can't speak about it or you can't take action, that is as stupid as you have been. You're a very, very stupid person, and extreme stupid, because you had the chance at heaven and you let that go. It's not a valid reason, and we're not accepting that from you. Well, we spoke about some things here that came up. For sure, many times after we were like, oh, we could have said that. That would be in another time, whatever else comes up. You have a good day. Bye.